Okay, are you going to be working now? All right. You just never know, right? It may or may not be working right for you. Okay, so, hey, dude, I really like that picture and all, but there's my slideshow. There it is. Oh, it looks really funny on here. Huh. I've never done it like this before. Hey everyone, my name is Teresa. We've met most of you. You guys are just new for me today. We have a little bit of a smaller crowd. Did we scare people off when we start talking about romance? Exactly. We should be talking love, 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 love. You know, we had them, like, I even wore red just for that, for a very reason. Okay, so since we are talking about romance, I will warn you, I will be talking a little bit about sex. So if that freaks anybody else out, just know that in advance, and if you want to sneak out, like, that's fine. Or if you need to hit like stop on Facebook Live, because I'm going to say a couple words that have to do with sex, just so you know. Like, warning, right? All right, oils of romance. All right, there are the top 3 things that kill the mood. Messed up hormones. That one's kind of one that if you've been in Young Living a little while, you've heard, like, yep, that one, ding, 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 big red flag. But the other top 2 is stress and bad self-image. So tonight we're going to talk about oils to enhance your libido, set the mood, and your mind. All right, so you guys, Lucy Libido, I recently learned about this book, because anybody, you don't have to do a raise of hands, but Lucy Libido was just in an interview that I was watching between Stacey Teagues and Carol and Al Brinkman. And Carol was answering questions, and they referenced this book a lot. And I'm like, well, that sounds like a book I need for this class. So I had ordered it. So there is 99% of this information is from this book. So, like, tons of interest.
It's called Lucy Libido?
It is called Lucy Libido, exactly. And Lucy Libido says you need to prepare for the day. So one of the things, now there's only a couple things out of the actual book I'm going to read, but Lucy's group, it was like a group of 20 friends that kind of got together and brainstormed and experimented and compared notes, and this is what they came up with. And they started off as like a Facebook page, and then it's grown to a book and lots of classes. In our group, we experimented with ways to get us in the mindset of boom. We found that when we made intentional preparations during the day, we were more likely to find the time in the evening or not be too tired to tango by the weekend. So she said prepare yourself, like kind of prep throughout the day. Take an extra 5 minutes in the shower and shave. Like when it comes to like that good self-image, something simple as shaving can be totally in that. So shave your armpits, shave your legs. And she obviously says to shave the love zone. Now, Young Living obviously has an awesome shaving oil, but guys, this includes you too. Can you guys see this okay, or do we need to dim a light?
That would help a little bit.
Should we dim a light? Thank you, Heike. So my son, by the way, I think it's the one all the way over to the right. Yep. There you go, perfect. So my son told me, Mom, you need to have some pictures in your presentation. I didn't tell him what my presentation was all about, but I said, you don't think my content is going to be interesting enough? And he said, Mom, for one slide for school, I had to have 5 pictures. So my husband found me this picture. That's funny. Guys, shaving includes for you too. Manscaping is a reality, okay? So make sure shaving is not just for ladies, it's for you guys too. And in case you didn't know, women are like slow cookers. We take a little time to warm up. Men, microwave ovens. They like, tonight, now? Okay. Women, sometimes it needs a little prep work, right? So make it fun. Send a text throughout the day. Send him a text saying, hey, I'm wearing something sexy and little and red. I mean, that could be an apron. He doesn't need to know that. It's just the fun, right? And guys, that includes you too. And being fun and spontaneous doesn't mean expensive. Like, we don't turn down flowers, but maybe you have your song and you send her a little clip of your song. It's just being thoughtful. And the more thoughtful you are throughout the day, the hotter our slow cooker warms up. Part of prep work. Wear an oil that makes you feel amazing and loved. So set the mood in the morning. Now, I didn't put these oils in order for some crazy reason, but this is Joy. You guys have never spent Joy oil. It is I like Joy oil. Some people think it's a little strong, but Joy was originally named Love. I did not know that until I read this book. Oils in Joy stimulate the brain and sensories for love and affection. And if you think the smell is too strong, add a little bit of lemon to brighten the scent. So a little Joy oil over your heart throughout the day. Kind of a good prep work, right? Nice and easy. Set aside time. Okay, this is kind of crazy, but she said that if you actually have to schedule it on your calendar in between soccer and conferences, put it on the calendar. And whatever. If it's on the calendar, I don't know about you and your house, but if it's on the calendar, I do it. So if that's what you need for a reminder, let's make that happen. If you have small children, and I totally remember when my kids were really little, we had children 20 months apart, and I got to stay home. We didn't have extra money to go out and pay for a babysitter. We had money for one or the other. So if you have small kids, how about do a babysitting swap? 1 week, if you have another friend with small children, you take their kids, they get date night. The next week, they get your kids and you get date night. You get free daycare, and you have two couples that are happy with their own, private date night. Using your resources. All right, part of the fun with oils is you can kind of trick your brain a little bit. I mean, oils bring back different memories, but we can also trick our brain. Floral and spicy smells make you look thinner. Like, who doesn't want that, right? And grapefruit makes you look younger. So get the diffuser going in your bedroom and have those fun smells going. Not only is it just like Dr. Oliver Winker, who was here last spring and will be here again April 22nd, he was talking about it's like having the beer goggles, but they're like the thinning goggles. And when if self-image is one of those 3 dampers for you, get an oil in there that makes you feel thinner, younger, more alive, energetic. All right, if you go, Teresa, I've done these things and I'm still right? Well, maybe you need your hormones checked. So if you have bad PMS, hot flashes, night sweats, low sex drive, dryness, and when I say dryness, that can go anywhere from your eyes to down below. If your eyes are dry, it's probably a sign like your body's trying to tell you something. It's not going to be the only thing dry in your world. Headaches, heavy flow. Now, if you go, I've had my hormones checked and the doctor tells me they're fine. Doctors are wonderful. They do the best they possibly can with the information that they know. Not all doctors know everything. So, Carol Brickman is a nurse practitioner in Malacca. Do you guys just mind? Yeah, that would be perfect. She's a nurse practitioner in Malacca. She has Forever Young 2 Medical and Aesthetics. Carol, her specialty is hormones. There's not a question she won't answer and not a topic she won't discuss with you. She looks at your body as a whole and looks at your test results and compares it to what you're telling her. So if your hormones were checked and they're in normal range, just because they're in normal range doesn't mean it's the right one for your body. And Carol's very great about listening and opening that up and listening to you.
And Teresa, that's for men and women. She has the same.
She does, men and women. I have a fun slide about that later.
Okay.
All right, Progestins Plus balances out for a better libido. So Dr. Dan Purser is the doctor that created Progestins Plus for Young Living, supports healthy hormones, helps you feel better physically and mentally. There is a difference between natural and plant-based hormones compared to synthetic lab-made hormones. Big difference in how your body can respond. You can apply Progestins Plus. I don't even know if there's anything left in my bottle anymore. It looks like it needs to go on my order. To your wrist, ankles, or your neck. He says over your carotid artery. Now, if you go, I just did a video the other day that was like, well, I tried that once and that didn't work for me. And Living has over 500 products, and we have over 500 products for a reason. So this is what Lucy Libido said about Progestins Plus. First time I tried it, I felt nothing different, but I was much nicer to my kids. The second time I tried it, let's just say I'm glad my husband works from home. I'm glad we have a lock on our bedroom door. Mr. Libido was so happy that I found something that helped me get frisky. I had my sex drive back. It was definitely an unexpected outcome, but a very nice one. She was reluctant to try Progestins Plus and kind of did it just because, well, her friend told her to. So never be scared to share your oil with somebody, even though they're like, that won't work for me. That's okay. All right. I can't remember if I have one of these or not. I only have one of these. Yes. All right. So lady scleral, I cannot pronounce this one. Scleral. My tongue gets tied. Use topical. Use as needed to improve mood, wellness. It can be used to support your hormones. Whoa. Mood and wellness, as it can be used to support your hormones. It can be worn as a perfume. All right, here's my plug about perfumes. I used to wear Romance was the name of the perfume that I used to use. Loved it. It's what my husband used to buy for me. It was a great, not oil, it was a great perfume. And then I got into oils and I stopped wearing my perfume. And then one day it was sitting there and I thought, I'm going to try this. I haven't worn this in a long time. You know what I'm going to tell you, right? I had this massive headache. Couldn't believe the headache I had. So what I now know is perfumes are laboratory made. There's so many synthetic yuck in it, they can throw your hormones off. So when it comes to, wearing something that makes you smell good, oils are a much healthier option because we can talk about hormones and, increasing your sex drive. And then if you're going to be putting on, your favorite perfume, it's like taking one step forward and 2 steps back. It's just silly. All right. Oh, yeah. Some women think it works better if it is applied to their male partner, was one of the lines in the Lucy Libido book. Now, sclerescence can be used as a supplement to support healthy hormones and female reproductive. It does come in our Vitality line. Dragon time! is a hormone-supportive oil that was developed for just that time of the month. It can help ease cramping muscles, improve your mood, calm your mind, can be used to tame the dragon. Do you guys love my dragon, by the way? Like, I would have put that on there if my son didn't say, Mom, you need pictures. Gentle enough for teens to use, and recommended to mix with Epsom salts and just take a nice bath. So, talking about bath, it comes in a shower gel. This literally came out of my shower, by the way, you guys, so, but I thought you might want to smell it. Right? So Dragon Time comes in an oil, a shower gel, and a massage oil. So we got all the bases covered. Endoflex supports the endocrine system. Its job is to tell your body what hormones to produce and when to produce them. Kind of an important system in our body. Like, it's the roadmap, right? It's our GPS for our hormones in our body. Using daily can support your overall endocrine system. It can benefit your thyroid, your metabolism, and your energy level. All right, I don't know about you, but how many people that deal with, the top 3, right? Self-image, part of that can include your energy level and your metabolism. If you feel like, because you need to lose a few pounds, well, maybe your metabolism could use a little kick in the dupa and get it going. So to be able to have a product that can support a healthy metabolism is kind of a helpful little thing. And everybody wants more energy. I mean, I don't even know. I mean, that's kind of a given. And I want to say one time I seen Carol, it was a really high percentage of women. I want to say like 70 to 80% of women sometime throughout their life have a thyroid need. So if we can start when your thyroid is good and support it and keep it healthy, well, that's kind of just nice. And don't forget, it helps the libido. Can be used topically over the thyroid, kidneys, liver, or Endoflex Vitality can be taken internally. Ylang-a-lang. All right, you guys. This picture was actually taken in Ecuador. Lisa and I were in Ecuador at the same time. So this little flower, how it's hanging down. They're like trees. Do you think they were like 10 feet tall?
Yeah.
About 10 feet tall. And they clipped the tops of them so they didn't grow too tall. And then they go through, and when it's harvest time, they're like vineyards. They're like rows of trees. To walk through there was like walking in it was amazing. Like floral shop, garden, it was just great smelling. So then when it's time to pick them, they turn them over, and if the center of the flower had like a pinkish fuchsia red color, it was ready to be picked. Otherwise, it had to wait. So, and they're picked by hand. So people walk down and pick these by hand and put it in a basket. And as we were there and distributors were doing that, it took a while to get this little pile. So, you appreciate where the oil comes from when you get to see how much work truly it was to harvesting it. Ylang-ylang is an aphrodisiac. In Indonesia, the petals are scattered over the bed of newlywed couples on their wedding night. Like, isn't that, like, what's your next shower gift? Towels? I don't know, you might want to reconsider that normal shower gift. Ylang-ylang is in Joy and Sensations oil blend. It is a great oil for increasing women's libido. Men tend to respond to the scent of their women as well. I told you it was already grown in Ecuador. This oil increases happiness, adoration, and calms the mind. Some people wear this on their ankles, kind of like where you wear perfume. Ankles, wrist, neck area. It's just a fun. your new perfume, right? Cypress can be used for men or women. Cypress stimulates blood flow and circulation in the body. It can be used to enhance the health and the look of your legs. So we were talking earlier about cellular magic. Is that right? Yeah, right?
Cell light magic.
Cell Light Magic. It's a massage oil from Young Living. It's great for putting on as a moisturizer, just to make your skin look a little less cottage cheesy-ish. Now, think about adding oils to that. Like, Young Living gives us a great start. But if you want to tweak and make it your own, like, to me, I would add more grapefruit to that and a lot of cypress. Nice looking legs is always a good thing. It can be used to enhance health. I already told you that. It is a must-have to help the ladies get swollen in the floodgates area thigh master. Lucy Libido, like I'm going to assume you guys are ready for this. Here's the main big word that I'm going to use today. She's talking about your clitoris. So if you've never known what she's talking about, floodgates, cypress equals blood flow. Blood flow equals magic. Right? Apply to your inner thighs is for him or her. Use cypress in Lucy's favorite recipes. Now, I gave you a copy of a couple of her favorite recipes. We'll talk a little bit more about those later. Clary sage, this is your friend during PMS. You will find it in Dragon Time, Sclerescence, and Lady Skrull. Why? Tongue-tied. You guys can read. Apply clary sage to the inner thighs or below your navel to increase lubrication. Use a drop of clary sage to help you feel more frisky. Now, back to high school anatomy, like just in case you have forgotten, I'm going to remind you. All right. Actually, it's okay. So where does all this tie in with the libido? It's really cool. You see, women naturally feel more in the mood when their estrogen levels are higher. This is because our estrogen levels are highest when we are ovulating. We are designed to feel more in the mood when we are fertile. It is how we are made. So, we have in the mood in the bottle with clary sage. Sensation. Oh, I have this one. Oh, I have cypress too. I forgot to pass cypress. Clary sage, ylang ylang, rosewood, and jasmine. Smells like joy, but a little bit softer. Can help release the blocks of being intimate and being loved. All right, so this is where we're talking about our mind, right? Like sometimes our mind gets in the way. For women, our mind gets in the way a lot. Did I pay that bill? Did the trash go out? What time is that doctor's appointment tomorrow? The braces come off next week. You know, our mind gets in the way. Or maybe it's in the past. Maybe you didn't have the best, I can't even say this nicely, experiences, that's what I'm looking for. Unfortunately, there's a lot of negativity in our world, and women will carry that around like baggage and guilt. So to be able to get past those negative blocks is a positive, good thing in your relationship. The scent is uplifting and opening. Can be used to set the tone. Like, this is in our diffuser back there. So, do I say this in here? It can be used as the scent. You know, when he smells it, he knows what the plan is. So we're talking about prep work, right? Like, you might be having this, you know, after dinner going in the diffuser and like, oh, yeah, and he's going, oh, really? The kids are extra tired tonight, aren't they? Is it bath time already? Let's get them in the bath. You know, he knows what the plan is. Men do well when they know what the plan is. If you take a guy shopping, right? You go shopping and you're going to be like, what do we need? And if you tell him, oh, we're just going to look around, he doesn't have a plan. If you go shopping and say, and you new black heels, he's got a plan. I feel like Pretty Woman at that. Do you got a plan? Except I think it's, do you got a goal? Well, anyhow. It's still a fun movie. So he has a plan. Apply to thighs, edge of ears, the back of neck, or cleavage. Lucy recommends to mix this with orange cypress, or use it all by itself. Apply with coconut oil to the clitoris to enhance the wow factor. Sensations comes in the shower gel and the massage oil. Do we have a lotion too that I forgot about?
Yeah, there is a sensation lotion.
Yeah, I forgot about the lotion. You can get that. So if you're doing your prep work, you can start it in the shower, and maybe you're getting a massage that day because it's your birthday. Take your massage oil with you. Your massage therapist would be happy to use it for you. And then, after you wash your dishes, you're going to need to extra lotion that up. Valor is fabulous for, getting through those emotional blocks, losing those. Stimulates the lymphatic system of our brain, which helps us relax. Also helps promote feeling confidence and courage. Right? The lion. You're going to feel that more of that lion action. Perfect too, especially if you have like that body self-image, you're a little bit more about. Valor would be a great oil to wear for your prep work, whether it be the wrist, over your heart, back of neck. Perfect throughout the day to decrease your stress levels. Small amount of the diffuser, or smells wonderful in the diffuser, I'm sorry. Put that diffuser in your bedroom if you don't have it there yet. Helps ease of worry. Again, women's brains they're wonderful, and then they're very challenging all at the same time. Do I have enough time? Am I going to get enough sleep? That alarm clock is going to come very early because we need to do, women think like this. So if you can stop that thinking in the middle of intimacy, it's going to be a lot more fun. Orange oil is a happy oil, happiness in a bottle. Welcomes light, carefree, secure, brightness to the mood, lifts spirits. This oil opens up the, sacral chakra near the pelvic area. It is an aphrodisiac. I did not know orange was an aphrodisiac. So, obviously you can see, below belly button, above pelvic bone is a great spot for orange oil. Actually, Dr. Dan Purser talks about using orange oil over the liver every night. So, you might as well just get in the habit of that. Keep it by your bed. The only thing about a lot of our products that have citrus in it, like Joy is one that I really, really remember. We're in Minnesota, so we're okay for a few more months. It's Groundhog's Day. It's 6 more weeks, no more, before spring comes. But when you are out in the sun, citrus oils can make your skin more sun sensitive. So you'll just want to be more careful in our summertime months. All right, ladies, what not to say to your men. Okay? These are kind of key. Your weight's increasing, spare tires happening. Your muscles are losing mass. Did you finish? You didn't last long. You don't seem very confident. You're more stressed, short-tempered, not happy, very disconnected. You're not as firm as you used to be. What happened to your sex drive? Ladies, your men will not communicate with you if you talk like this to them at all. You have just shut him down. But in return, if they said anything like that to you, you would be furious. So, comes around, goes around. You just need to talk nicely to them. Carol actually talks about, when Al was the receptionist when they first opened their clinic, men would come in and they're filling out their form, and he would be like, and Al would be like, something wrong? He's like, I really don't know what to put here. And Al goes, well, what do you mean? He goes, well, my wife sent me. He goes, that's what you put there. And then Carol would be like, Al, your wife sent you? That's not a symptom. He goes, to a man it is. So, if these things are happening, you're going to either look at the products and the oils that we're going to be discussing, or you're going to want to send them to Carol so they can get tested their hormones also. All right, products to support men. Now this is the short version, right? Self-resign. Men are working out, they're stressing their bodies, and they're not necessarily replenishing their bodies with the supplements and vitamins that their bodies need. Multi-greens boost vitality and supports healthy circulation. You guys all got some multi-greens tonight. Take 3 of them for a serving. They are for men or women. They have been known to be nicknamed horny greens. So, just be aware. Also, 3 isn't like a magic number. Some people say they take 3 twice a day. So you just kind of got to play with it and find out what's best for you and increasing your energy. Powergize is one of our newer products that came out last year. It has blue spruce and goldenrod. We'll talk about those 2 oils later. Supports the male's reproductive system and energy, amongst other things. 80-20, progenolone, did I pronounce that right? Sweet. And DHEA, those 2 words probably mean very little to you, because they mean very little to me, but they're the 2 ingredients in 80-20. The important part of those, they turn into testosterone. Per Dr. Oliver Winker told us that little story last spring when he was here. And this is actually Dr. Winker if you haven't seen him before. These guys are just for fun for you. Oils for him. And I know sometimes women are like, oh, like he needs anything more, like please. But some men do. And oils for him to wear to make sex more awesome for you is what you need to keep in mind. When intimacy is better for you, it happens more often for him. So if he's reluctant to like, oh, why do I have to wear that? It smells. Hint, hint, keep these 2 little parts in mind. Plus, it's good for their overall health. Like, you love your man, you want him to stay nice and healthy. I thought that little old couple, isn't that cute? Shutron. Oh, dude. Shutron. I'm thinking I might cash in maybe my essential rewards points and get it for my husband for Valentine's Day. Like, it is a fabulous oil. As you'll see when that bottle comes around, it's empty. Okay, it is the best cologne for men. It smells different on each man. like, how cool is that? It is working with your own chemistry. It is different for each man, which is kind of nice because I don't know about you guys, but like when I went to high school, all the guys wore the top 3 colognes. And it was like, I kind of chuckle when I still smell those today, like, wow, everybody wore that in high school. But when you have Shutron, like, that is your scent. Because it's going to work with you differently than it is going to be, the next guy. So it is your signature scent when it is on you. Men, it will catch your lady's attention. The oil was formulated to help turn your lady on. For men, it promotes happiness and confidence, supports men's hormones, aka testosterone. He can wear it like cologne, wrist or neck. It can also be applied to his shaft or inner thighs. Women can wear it too. Keep in mind you could use it as your prep work. So if you're wearing this during the day, you're kind of thinking about him. Or you can actually use it during sex. Idaho Blue Spruce. There is a ton of this stuff in Shutron. It's a good one, isn't it? I know. And so Shutron is about $75 a bottle. Idaho Blue Spruce, it's a smaller bottle, but it's about a third of the price. It helps them stay firmer longer. Women have felt a difference, according to Lucy Libido. Supports his hormones, testosterone, and sex drive. Can be worn as a cologne, or again, applied to a shaft for better sex. Avoid the hole. He won't let you ever put it on again if you hit the top hole. Stinging is not part of intimacy. Dr. Dan Purser, this is Dr. Dan, shared that 8 drops a day has shown to increase testosterone within 2 weeks by 30%. Some women, according to Lucy Libido, notice their men actually lengthening. I don't know if you want to put a ruler in your bedroom or not, but that's what they said. Keep your hormones on high levels. Oh, I forgot to grab it. So CentraCare sends out these health spotlight, I think is what they're called, right, Debbie? You've seen it? So a few months ago, they were talking about testosterone. And if I remember the article correctly, at about age 40, men start to lose their testosterone. This is not a good thing. And I want to say it's like 1 or 2% every year. So let's say it's 1%. So by the time they're from 40 to 50, they've lost 10% of their testosterone levels. Ooh, that's not good. For a lot of healthy reasons, you want their testosterone to stay healthy. So let's maintain healthy levels with 5 drops a day. It can be mixed with coconut oil as a lubricant. According to Lucy Libido, it is cooling for her internally. And what? That like struck me off guard for whatever reason, I don't know. Attention getting for him. We were talking about, being firmer. Well, Idaho Blue Spruce mixed with coconut oil is a great alternative for a lubrication. Mister. Now, I have not ordered this oil before.
I just got it. I got it for my son because it's supposed to induce confidence and courage and confidence, and he's kind of, yeah.
And how's it smell?
It's okay.
Okay.
He's not real crazy about it. So actually, this is funny. We had a conversation last night, and I actually asked him if he'd like Idaho Blue Spruce because I really like that, and it smells like a guy's scent.
Yeah.
More. So I told him he could switch it with me if he wanted to.
Okay.
But now if I know all this stuff, I'm like, no, maybe he can't have that. He's only 17.
Yeah. So Mr. balances male energy. Maybe give him valor instead.
Yeah, but I don't. Valor too?
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Give him, yeah. He might
Little like that.
little valor for that self-confidence.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Supports healthy prostate function. Apply daily for optimal prostate performance. Every man wants to have great prostate, right? Supports healthy sex drive. Mister can be worn on his ankles, which, by the way, if your son puts it on his ankles, he's not going to be smelling it, but he's going to get
I
that.
just told him to put it on his wrists.
Yeah,
And behind his ears.
he can try it down there instead if he wants. So worn on his ankles or the front and the back of the pelvic bone. I wouldn't have thought of that at all, but that's what Lucy says. It can help women with mood swings and other hormonal annoyances because it is, supporting hormones, and women, as do men, have testosterone. It's just not the same levels. Thank goodness, right? We'd be in trouble. Nutmeg. All right. Now, nutmeg, if you guys remember in the beginning when we were talking about tricking our brain, nutmeg is one of those spices. So you could put like nutmeg or cinnamon in your diffuser. But why it is extra fun, another blood pumping must-have for him. Apply over belly or take internally, because we do have a Vitality version. It does support digestive system, which can or cannot help with intimacy. I mean, as long as it's not at the same time, right? But it is energizing. That does help with intimacy. Stimulates energy both physically and sexually. It's an aphrodisiac. Like whoever thought pumpkin pie and nutmeg, really was your aphrodisiac, right? Increases circulation for him and her. Ladies, wear over your kidneys to support your adrenal glands. So this is an oil that you could apply daily to support your adrenal glands. Like, let's keep those healthy. Goldenrod, increases circulation. Do we need to say more about goldenrod? That's pretty self-explanatory there. 80-20. Okay, I did say there's a PD 80-20, but that's not what I'm talking about here. Anybody have? I won't even ask you because you'd be like, I don't know if I should say anything in this class. I forgot to pass orange and Endoflex. Sorry, guys. All right, ready for this one? Studies show 80% of women are unable to climax with intercourse alone. 20% of women only 20% of women receive adequate stimulation with penetration for climax. How many women, if they were honest doing a survey, would say they feel broken? Well, when 80% need additional care, that's a lot of women. Two of you are satisfied. There's 10 women in this room. Now what? Well, you guys, this is me having fun. A woman's clitoris is full of pleasurable nerve endings. So there's a whole little section in this book that talks about when we are first developing, when we're just itsy bitsy little kidney bean size, developing. That those nerve endings for us are, when you turn into Lucy's, is what she said, it's your clitoris. If you're a Larry, it is the head of your penis. So, they need friction to make them happy. They as in clitoris. So, Lucy says to shave your love area. It is not the 70s or 80s anymore. That hairdo isn't in on your head or anyplace else. Remember to do... Well, it's not. Do you guys... Okay, here's a little fun moment. I'm going to go with it. So... It's totally appropriate. It's totally appropriate. I do. I am like... So when we did birthing classes, okay... Those videos are not updated very often. I can say those, Lamaze classes videos were definitely made late 70s, early 80s. It's not in anymore. Landscaping is. Okay, remember to do your Kegel exercises, 50 a day. You guys remember Kegels? They weren't for just when you were pregnant and didn't want to pee when you sneezed. We're supposed to do the 50 of those a day. So when you're 80, you're not peeing when you sneeze, right? But those are for men and women. And if you don't know where your Kegels are, when you're peeing, those are the muscles that if you wanted to stop peeing in the middle, you tighten up, and then when you relax, you can start peeing again. But, okay, how many of you are doing them now? I can't tell. That's the point. So you could do those on your phone. You could be driving. Every time you hit a stop sign, you do 10 commercials. You can be sitting at work and doing your workout, and nobody's going to know. 50 a day. All right, so the clitoris, Lucy calls the love button, swells with increased circulation. So all these products that we just talked about that increase circulation, there's a reason. This is why Cypress is Lucy's favorite oil. She recommends a love button massage oil. So, Lucy Libido, like I said, this 99.5, I don't even know if I put any, that one slide came from Vital 180, but otherwise, it all came from this book. So this book you can find on abundanthealth4u.com or on Amazon. It's the same price. There is a Facebook group, but Lucy Libido talks about product education. There's recipes in here for homemade lubrications, inner thigh potions, edible blends, and then there's an oil reference chart in the back. So if you are like, I'm not familiar with that oil or that product, there is a reference chart in the back. So the inner thigh potions is the page that I copied so you guys can have something fun at home, right? It happens to also have edible blends on and edible love serum on here, so you guys have a few to definitely start with. But in the inner thigh potions, definitely listed as, you know, sensations and cypress and ylang-ylang and lavender and orange, clary sage, joy oil, just to name a few. Idaho blue spruce, you know, nutmeg, shutron, a lot of the oils that we just discussed, and there's a few extra, mixed in there. Goldenrod is also talked about. So it's an easy way to be able to get a lot of information, and, you know, subtly too. I mean, it's a quick read. It's not a long book, but it's a good way to be able to get information and enhance on your own, get a little bit more in-depth information. One of the other girls told me that Life Science Publishing has Taming the Dragon Within. She said that is another, she has both of these books, and she said they're both fabulous and give you lots of information. I do have 2 of Carol's business cards, so if you haven't ever had your hormones checked, or if you have questions regarding that, or know someone that was just talking about that, feel free, I can give you one of her cards. Do I dare ask if there's any questions? Did you guys learn something new? Oh yes, good, awesome. Like I think Carol talked about it once before, like I wouldn't have thought about using coconut oil as a lubrication. Like that was new for me. I didn't think about that at all. So that's an easy way to take care of that dryness issue.
It's something natural rather than putting something toxic.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
It's better than Montana.
I'm sure it would be much better. Much better. Yeah. Okay, here's another little side note. And when you have, I'll just tell you guys this and you're going to be like, what? And natural is always better because you're not putting junk in your system. But some women get a lot of yeast infections for a lot of different reasons. But one thing to help decrease that is after sex peeing. I don't know why it does, but it's a simple, easy little thing to do that if that helps decrease the chance of a yeast infection, it's worth it, right? Okay, has anybody, is this the first time you've been to one of our AMP Up classes? Have you guys been before?
We've been to one of Sherry's, but none of these.
It was more about saying well.
Okay. Not to the, okay. So what we do here is if you haven't, for our new members and those that invite you, you get a door prize ticket. So who's new tonight? Okay, we have more than one. Good. I wanted to make sure. So you get a door prize ticket, and who invited you? This is a good thing. So it increases your odds when there's 2 of you, right? So what we do is when you bring somebody new to the class, we draw for a diffuser. Dun, dun, dun. And I don't know about you guys, but you can't have enough diffusers. Like now you know you need a diffuser in your bedroom. So if you have one in your living room, you need to win a diffuser for your bedroom, right? This is so much better.
So how much round do you put in the diffuser?
How much better?
Right after we
That
got,
is a good question.
right after cigarette diffuser was sitting on the counter, and there was a bottle of rum next to it, so I took a picture and I posted that.
Alrighty then.
So how much rum do you put in that?
I guess I wouldn't pour the rum, but I would do, if you have like a 5 drops for like a smaller room would be a good amount, somewhere between 5 to 10, depends on how potent you want it. Rum, I think you probably should pour that in your glass.
Oh, okay.
All right. So the 9, 7, 8 should all be the same. All right, 8, 7, 9. 9, then it goes 4, 3, 5. Awesome, so enjoy it. All right, any questions? Are we good? Thank you guys for coming.
You did great.
Yay, see? It wasn't scary. All right, do we have any questions here? I don't see any questions. We had some, hey guys, see you later.